Today's housing market is confusing. As many of you know, our company Mascolenko Brothers is a real estate company helping people buy and sell real estate. That's what we do full-time. When we have free time, we create videos like this one, keeping you informed by letting you on the inside. As a real estate company, we interact with sellers and buyers daily, and lately what we've been noticing the most in the real estate market is confusion, in some cases panic, in other cases complete sense of normalcy. It's like a mixed bag of reactions depending on who you talk to or what news you watch or read. We don't have a crystal ball, but we have current data that I would like to review and hopefully help you make sense of it all so that way you can make an informed decision. Unlike some agents, we don't want to promote a certain argument and try to influence you one way or the other. We are here to provide you with unbiased data, facts, and resources to help you to make sense of today's confusing housing market. My name is Vitaly, and without taking more of your time, let's dive right into it. For the most part of this year, high mortgage rates have been a speed bump for a housing market that was once reckless and unstoppable. Gone are the days when sellers would sell their homes within days or even hours of being on the market, receiving multiple offers for above asking price from buyers who would do anything to get the house. Those were the days when the mortgage rates were as low as 2.7 to 3.2%. As of today, we are in a new era when mortgage rates have seen a sharp increase and now are hovering around 6.2%, and that's after pulling back from 7.3% in October. This is one major factor that has caused the market to cool off this year. US mortgage payments are up by an average of 45.6% in the last year. According to a new report from Redfin, on average, a home buyer in the United States must earn $107,281, up from $73,668 a year ago, to afford a median monthly mortgage payment of $2,682. If you're a seller today and wondering why your home is sitting on the market longer than your friend's house that sold a year ago, it's not necessarily because the house doesn't show well or the agent is not doing enough. It's most likely because now it's less affordable for buyers to buy, causing many of them to sit on the fence. This explains why we see a drop in home sales today. Home sales are down 28.8% year over year, putting inventory at 3.3 months supply. Although inventory is up by 53% compared to a year ago, historically, a balanced market is considered to be a 6-month supply. As I just mentioned, we are only at 3.3, and based on this metric, it's still a seller's market. If you are a buyer, you might be disappointed with the market's slow response to high rates because although there is a shift, high rates certainly didn't deliver a massive influx of inventory that would put more pressure on home prices. In fact, median listing prices are still up by 12% compared to last year. It could be that we would need rates to stay elevated for longer to see a major shift and possibly a buyer's market. As of today, the housing market still has ways to go to reach balanced levels, let alone a crash. Perhaps one of the reasons we haven't seen the market flooded with homes for sale is the current state of being of today's homeowners. Nearly 40% of homes in the United States are free of mortgage. With more homeowners owning their homes free and clear, they become less likely to put it on the market unless there is a major life event or an opportunity that requires them to move. About half of homeowners, 51%, have a rate under 4%, substantially below today's level of 6.2%. This group of homeowners has very little incentive to list their homes and give up their lower rates and mortgage payments in exchange for high rates that we have today. This is why we see a lack of homes for sale and thus limited pressure on home prices. Homeowners today also saw a collective equity increase of $3.6 trillion annually in the second quarter of 2022. The average borrower now sits in about $300,000 in home equity, the highest amount on record. The median credit score of mortgage borrowers in the first quarter of 2022 was 776, with 75% of borrowers having credit score about 723. As you can see, the balance sheet of today's homeowners is quite impressive. With higher equity and credit scores, people are in a better financial situation to withstand any shifts the market may bring. So if you are wondering why the housing market has not crashed from high mortgage rates, there are several factors at play that make it difficult for now. From low inventory to higher home values and equity, it will take more than just high rates to see a drastic shift in the market. Now let's look at the market from the buyer's perspective. With the median price of a home at $416,000 and mortgage rates at 6.2%, it's become more difficult to qualify for higher priced homes. It also doesn't help that we are in the midst of affordability crisis due to high home prices and limited inventory. This has caused buyers to turn away from big cities where prices are highest and look for affordable options in the suburbs or even other states. This could explain why we see migration away from major metropolitan areas such as San Francisco, New York City, and Los Angeles towards smaller cities with lower costs of living like Sacramento, Las Vegas, and Miami. A recent report from Redfin showed nearly one quarter, 24.1% of US home buyers look to move to a different metro area in the 3 months ending in October. For buyers, the current market conditions conditions can be frustrating because it's difficult to find a home that fits their budget without compromising on location or amenities. However, not all of it is gloom and doom. The biggest upside for home buyers today is more homes available for sale. Although inventory is not as high as we would want it to be, it's still better by 53% compared to a year ago. What we've noticed lately about buyers who are buying homes in today's market is that they might temporarily lose the battle on the interest rates, but they certainly win the war when it comes to negotiating with motivated sellers. Today's market is forcing sellers to become more creative and competitive to attract buyers, making it easier for buyers to get a better deal when they find the perfect home. If you're thinking, should I buy a home now or wait? I would suggest that you either buy or prepare. But don't just sit and wait. Let me explain. If you are playing the long-term game and have sufficient income to cope with temporarily higher rates until you refinance, buying now still makes sense. On the other hand, if you are at the beginning stages of buying or not ready financially to make a move, the worst thing you can do is just sit and wait. The best thing to do is prepare and make sure your personal balance sheet is in great shape. Be mindful of income, debt, and savings. If you are seriously considering home ownership, having a game plan and setting strategic goals will bring you closer to your dream. Otherwise, what's the point of waiting if you are not prepared? Even if an opportunity were to present itself, you would still not be able to execute. Preparation creates opportunities. That's all I have for you today. If you watched it to the end, thank you so much for your time, and I hope this video helped you to get a fresh perspective on the housing market. Stay safe and stay informed. Until next time.